Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, you folks, sampler B, Series B is what I do for the water. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Last night was a rough one for me, but I'll get into that. But anyway, it's super simple format, folks. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing a cool shirt. Folks, when I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my GoBots Battle of the Rock Lord shirt. I love this shirt. I've worn this one a few times in episodes past. This is like one of my favorite nerd shirts. Not only because I just think it's a great shirt. It's got the whole movie poster on it, which I appreciate. But on top of that, this really showcases the level of nerd that I am very properly. Because there's lots of things these days that are nerdy that are also popular. Like, you'll see lots of people, wearing like anime shirts, Goku or what have you, all that stuff. That's great. And even to a greater extent, there's like the retro nerdy stuff. Obviously, you have like your Star Wars and your Star Trek. But even then, you get like some of the 80s stuff. You Transformers, obviously, movies and such and everything. GoBots, on the other hand, that's a little bit extra. I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back. I love the GoBots. If you're not familiar with the GoBots, they were a competitor to the Transformers. They actually beat the Transformers to market, and for a little while were actually ahead of them. Didn't end up working out so well for them, and these days Hasbro owns the right to the GoBots. So they lost the war between the two transforming robot, companies. But I still love the GoBots. It's been a while since I've worn this one. You know what else it's been a while, folks? Well, it has to do with what we're doing today, because boom, it's been a while since I've done anything from Starbucks. So that's what this is. And this, by the way, is I had to write it down because it's real wordy. This is the Apple Crisp Oatmilk Shaken Espresso. This is the Grande, which seems fucking ridiculous to me. How is that Grande? That's not very Grande. That's like half the size of my head. My head is Grande. It cost me $6.35 for this. I really hope this is good. So this is like one of their new fall flavors. Came out, like with the pumpkin spice and all that. It's not fall yet, by the way. We're not even close to fall yet. It's still in August, but fuck ever. Oh, and real quick, just going back to what I was talking about with having a rough night last night. Yeah, man, I mean, and great, it doesn't have anything to do with the review or anything, but, just a little up to date with your buddy Brandon. Yeah, I had a really messed up day yesterday. I was hanging out on my couch. All of a sudden, my head started spinning. I threw up, started sweating profusely. It was fucking nuts, man. It was like a good hour of misery before I finally settled down, went to sleep, crashed extra hard for like hours, only woke up a couple times just to sort of do, a couple things, bathroom and such, and just would immediately crash again. So I think it was just like heat exhaustion from work, but god damn. Anyway, let's drink this thing. Ooh, that's good. That's tasty. I like it. I appreciate the fact that you can taste every aspect of what they say is supposed to be in there. Because it's definitely oat milk. I personally love some oat milk. Like, I don't drink it or partake in it very often, but I do appreciate when it's in a thing. Like Monster, one of their coffee blends that they used to have, I think it was called like Farmer's Oats, and that used oat milk, and I loved it. It gives a very different flavor to, whatever you're drinking. There's like a smoothness to it that you don't get with like milk, a conventional milk. And it has like it has like sort of a little bit of an earthy taste to it. That's really good. So yeah, it's got this smooth earthiness to it. But then you get this little undertone of like an apple crisp. You really do. Like you can taste that apple aspect. And it's not like a heavy apple taste. Like I said, it's just an undercurrent. It's not the main flavor. The main flavor is definitely still the espresso and and like the oat milk and everything. And you do get that espresso taste too, that little mild bitterness to it. But like, it's kind of a semi-sweet drink. It's got a little sweetness to it, but it's not, I wouldn't like consider it like a dessert drink. Like a lot of times if I get stuff from Dunkin' Donuts, which I have an entire Dunkin' Donuts playlist just in case you're interested. A lot of times when I get stuff from Dunkin' Donuts, it's definitely like a dessert style drink. It's something that it might taste good and everything, but it's not well representative of like a coffee drink. This definitely has still more coffee aspect to it. It's just, been flavored up with the oat milk and the apple crisp. That's really tasty. I mean, look, Starbucks gets crapped on a lot, for a lot of things, realistically. They overcharge their stuff, and then, of course, they're, obviously they've had to have been, recently they had the whole, like, things with the unions and, creating unions within Starbucks, and, just how overly prominent they've been in the past. I mean, it's like, I'm not saying that they're wrong on all that stuff. They do overcharge. They should fucking, cede to the unions and stuff like that, as they've grown as a company. That's a hot take, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, it's like, look, when it comes to their product, it does taste good. Like, and I can genuinely say I don't think I've ever had anything quite like this. Like, it's actually well put together. It's well balanced. Even for me as somebody who's not a huge coffee guy, I can appreciate what they did with this. I like the balance of the flavors. It's tasty. Now that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? The answer is kinda and kinda. And here's why. I do like it. It's tasty. And in terms of the flavors at play, I would definitely recommend it to people based off that. However, it is $6.35 for this little thing. Say what you want about Dunkin' Donuts. If I get a big-ass thing from Dunkin' Donuts, it's going to be like twice the goddamn size, and it's probably going to cost me a couple bucks less. That really is a big crux point when it comes to Starbucks, man. But I'll say this, I don't do Starbucks very often. It's not a regular thing for me. The only reason why I did Starbucks today was because I went out to Target, as I go to Target sometimes. Boom! I got myself a Transformer, because I like Transformers and I'm a fucking huge nerd. That's right, I bought a Transformer while wearing a GoBot shirt. Oh yeah, can't stop me, society. But they had a Starbucks there and I was like, screw it, man, Little opportunity for some reviews. That's the thing. I think if you're going to Starbucks, you already know what the fuck you're in for, so I mean, I might actually get it again. It wouldn't be a regular thing, but I do like the taste, and it's interesting, so. And I'd probably recommend it if you're somebody who's already in a Starbucks. If you're not, I wouldn't go out of your way for it. That's how I'm going to put that. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year, and folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly GoBots-tastic rest of your life. I mean, that's not realistically the best life to have, but I mean, I like the property's still alive. Every now and again, they'll be like, hey, let's have, like, Megatron killing Psykill or something in one of the comics or something. Just to nail it home that they won that war. Sorry, hot take. I like Psykill better than I like Megatron. I like Megatron. Psykill's cooler. Personal opinion. Me and my one friend, Joe, who's a huge Transformers fan, we're both Transformers nerds. We have gotten into some heated debates about that one. But anyway, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole, especially when you're over there like I was yesterday, man. Like I said, I was real messed up. And, didn't want to have to take off work, especially I know, we're short-staffed and everything, but it's like, man, I can't go into work like this. I don't know what's going on with me. But, you have to deal with that stuff sometimes. When you do, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to do. Especially, I don't know when you're going to watch this, but especially, right now we're dealing with a lot of, crazy heat and stuff like that. Just take care of yourself. Me personally, you all know, I don't like the heat. I don't do well in the heat. I sweat like crazy. I get real uncomfortable. I don't like it. But even if you're somebody who maybe you do enjoy the heat, just be careful. Make sure you keep hydrated and stuff. That's important. Sometimes you might think you're doing okay, but, internally maybe your body's not that happy with you. So, that is my little PSA for the end of the thing. And knowing is half the battle. Bye.